All right, for the next project, what we're gonna do is cut the access hole underneath our foot pedal. So we ordered the plate, the covering plate, and the covering plate, of course I didn't get it in yet, so I looked up all the dimensions, and it's up to a 4-inch hole, and the plate itself is 5 5/8 inches. So we made a mock-up of it. Now we don't know exactly where the holes are, but if we know that it's up to a 4-inch hole, then I should be safe. With where I can mount my hardware. Worst case, I'll drill new holes in the plate. When it comes in, it's just plastic, and the mounting holes will just be a little closer to the edge. But I want to get this wiring done, so I'm going to do this. So what we had to do is we mount our foot pedal. So the foot pedal's in there, it's mounted. Now I took a pencil and I traced around the footprint of the foot pedal, so I know I don't put my hole or my mounting plate's not going to be exposed out from underneath my foot pedal. So we mounted this, we traced around so we know the footprint of it. We're going to pull this off, then we'll see the area of what we have to work with. All right, so now we've removed the foot pedal. We can see the outline trace of the pedal. We can place our template in here in the center, so we know we're not going to affect any of our mounting holes for our foot pedal. And then we can go ahead and figure out where we want to mount this and trace around it. And now we'll know the footprint of it. Okay, and then we need to figure out how big of a hole we're going to cut. So we know it'll cover up to a 4-inch hole, so we've gone ahead and drawn that on our template. Now I'm going to cut that 4-inch hole out. We will place the 4-inch hole in the center of this drawing, and that will be the line of what we will actually cut out. All right, so now we went ahead and cut out our 4-inch diameter hole out of the template, so we can either use the template, put it back on the outside, trace that hole in the center, or place that in the center. And let's go ahead and trace another hole here. All right, so that's going to be the area we're going to cut. Now, in order to do this, we're going to need our drill, and we want to start with, we're going to end up using our scroll saw or jigsaw, and I couldn't find any fiberglass blades, but I did find some fine metal blades, so we're going to use those. They should work all right. They shouldn't chip this all to pieces, but in order to get started, we're going to need to use our drill and drill a starting hole in here. Then we'll be able to put the blade from our jigsaw in to go ahead and cut this hole out. Like I said, anytime that we do this, we always want to go reverse, and I always put my drill on high speed. So by starting in reverse, we just kind of burn through that fiberglass or that gel coat, and it doesn't crack it. All right, once we get through that, then we can go forward. All right, we are in, and as you can see, all right, nice clean hole, no cracks around the outside edges of the fiberglass. All right, so then what we're gonna have to do is our blade should fit in there. Okay, we're gonna take our blade and we'll go ahead and work our way around that. Seems to be looking good. Now we do want to check, because it is a fine blade for metal, make sure that it doesn't get too hot and we don't break our blade. Getting ready to finish up the project with our access hole. We've got our plate in, and you can order this either direct from TH Marine, or you can get it direct from Bass Cat. Bass Cat's website has the black ones, but it's pretty much the identical plate. So I still have my outline that I drew from the template that I made because I was waiting on my plate, but I wanted to get the hole cut. So now all I need to do is take my cover, I'm gonna place it inside the outline for my template that I made. I'm gonna take my pencil, I'm gonna mark go ahead and mark all 4 of the holes, and then I'm going to lift up and just double check to make sure I'm not too close to my cut, and it looks good. So now all I need to do is you're going to have to get your own hardware. The plate doesn't come with hardware. I'm using, again, the square heads, but these are 1/2 inch number 8s that I just picked up at Ace Hardware. So grab you 4 of those, and then I've got a 9/16 drill bit on here. And the trick to this, as we said, anytime that I'm drilling into fiberglass, put your drill on reverse, get the area where you're going to place your hole, and then I go in reverse and just allow the drill to work. So all it's going to do now is more or less just heat up. It's going to heat up the gel coat and burn its way through it. If you go in forward, all you're going to do is it's going to grab some of that cold gel coat, and then it's just going to crack and break apart and look ugly. It's going to be covered, but still, I don't like tearing up my fiberglass if I don't have to, or gel coat. So we're in reverse. Kind of let the weight of the drill work. I put a little bit of pressure as it's going through, and I can see now that I'm starting to burn through the gel coat. And now, once I get through the gel coat, then I will put the drill in forward and go ahead and go through, all the way through the gel coat, and then we're ready to put the plate on and screw it down.